So good to see you again. I'm just doing this little intro because we launched straight into Halloween Horror Nights this week. It's definitely not suitable for little ones. I would say teenagers and up really, and if you're of a sensitive disposition. And I know they always say that on the start of movies. We start off at Halloween Horror Nights on the actual night that we visited. Me, Paul, Sebastian and Laurie. But also in the middle of that, I have cut in footage from 2 days later where we did a Behind the Horror, I think it's called, tour, which shows you the houses with the lights on. So it sort of cuts from one to the other. So we're going in a house and then I show you photographs of what is in that house. So if you're not into being spooked or you don't like any gore, just skip the times that I have now put on the bottom of the screen. Also, at the end of this vlog, we visit Toothsome's Chocolate Emporium and have a look around Universal on our last night. So stay tuned for that, or meet me back for that if you are skipping the Halloween Horror Nights footage, and I will catch up with you at the end. So we've just come over on the boat to Universal. We're here for Halloween Horror Nights. We're just having a couple of rides before that, then we're going to go in the Stay and Scream, I think, area where you queue to get in for early access to a few of the houses. I think you can go in different areas for different houses, my understanding. We've got the Insidious house there, the further Quiet Place house, Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire and Eternal Bloodlines advertised at the door. That hasn't spooked you out. Sebastian would spook you out before you even got to Halloween Horror Nights. Been to guest services. Before we came, we had to get an accessibility card for Sebastian, but you've also got to have a phone call. They rang us while we're at Disney, but we're in a show, so we didn't manage to answer that call. They can't ring us beforehand because we're in the UK. So we're going to have to do it now in guest services. So we're going to go into the park and then go to guest services, get that call, and then you'll get his accessibility pass. This is the accessibility card. IAC, that's what you need to register for before you come. It does say pre-registered guest pickup, but when I went, you do need to have had a phone call with Universal first.
So it's 5:05 PM. We're just walking through now to Ghostbusters. It's meant to be a fun one. Everyone said it's good, but not too scary. So we're sort of thinking, well, that's the one we want to do really at this stage. Rip Ride Rock Your Bed. That still runs through nice as well. We go. Excited? Yeah.
Bit of Dutch courage. Halloween Horror Nights has, how many houses does it have?
10.
10. I was going to say 8, it's 10.
Definitely 10.
We're queuing for the first house of the night now. So houses, if you're in the UK, it's a bit of a weird thing because we don't really have this. So a Halloween house is like a house that you walk through, an area, a building that you walk through, and there's loads of scare actors inside and they'll try and make you jump. And there's people coming from different things, people coming from behind mirrors. You can't film inside, so I can't show you. I'm a little bit scared, a bit scared of cat. This is the first time we've ever done this. Our kids are teenagers now, so they wanted to do it.
Boom. We're moving.
And we're doing the Ghostbusters one first. Now apparently this isn't quite as scary as all the rest. It's Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, but I still think there's going to be quite a few jump scares. You sort of go in single file, and they make you jump. Now I can't even go on children's ghost trains, so we're going to see how this goes for me. I've just seen people with earplugs in, and I've brought earplugs. I don't know if put mine
I think you'll be
in.
alright for the first one. Sign says 23.
This Ghostbusters Frozen Empire house was fantastically themed. When we had a look round it on the behind the scenes, there were so many little marshmallow men. They were everywhere, those little puffed guys. There were hundreds in there. It was so well themed. It didn't scrimp on the scares, but it was a little bit more of a fun house.
So we did Ghostbusters. It wasn't too bad. Paul got jump scared twice by the same guy. It wasn't too bad. It was really cool. The theme was good.
And I nearly got killed by the woman with the hammer at the beginning.
Yeah, somebody came out with a hammer, didn't they? So they sort of come right up to you like that in the dark, really try and scare you. We are going on A Quiet Place now, which is supposed to be very good, very much like the film. You've got to try and stay quiet.
It's 5 to 6 at the moment, so the front entrance haven't let in. There's no scare actors out yet, but all the sort of scenes are set. Animatronic. We went now to Major Suites, which is in the Fast and Furious building. I'm hoping it's better than the ride that's normally in here. It's the worst ride in Universal. Do you like Fast and Furious, Laurie, or not?
I don't mind it.
You don't mind it? Oh, not for me. Are you doing it, Laurie? Every button, can you push it?
Why not?
Yeah.
Time for Major Suites factory tour. This one was pretty dark. A background of it is there's a school trip going to Major Suites factory for a tour. Children eat the sweets and then become murdering monsters. On this little notepad here, we can see at the top, it does say dispose of the body in the filing cabinet from the health inspector. There were lots of interactive bits in this, so if you touch the sweets, that would trigger something to happen in the house. There were a lot of good scare actors in this one. Very freaky.
Into the Bloomhouse area now. I've watched a lot of Bloomhouse movies, so I should know a few of these characters. You can hear the phone ringing. I think that's a black phone. And then we've got Megan there.
They do have specialist food items available at Halloween Horror Nights. This is one of those items. It's only available once the party starts, and it is pizza fries. These were fantastic. I know they look a bit gross, but they were really tasty.
It is very quiet, isn't it, when it's like this? On to Gringotts. What's your portion, Seb? Be
Fire
careful.
protection.
Make sure it's pointed up when you open it.
And the change is completed.
So it tastes like watermelon. Seen any Death Eaters anywhere?
Yeah, I saw a couple earlier.
Yeah.
It's going to be very, very scary in those scare zones now.
It is, and it's gone dark, hasn't it now? There's a head at the front. see. He actually talks to you. So the show times are 8 o'clock, 9:30, 11 p.m. and then 12:30 midnight. And there's lots of people waiting already for the first show.
Slots proudly features the cult classic Pumpkin Guts back on the big screen, but this time in a terrifying new dimension. Pumpkin Guts 3D.
Halloween Horror Nights 33.
To our behind the scenes tour, Goblin's Feast House.
Goblin's Feast comes up. Human Chop House.
Each Halloween Horror Night house had a snail in it. It was something that ran through as a theme throughout all the houses, so we were looking for the snails on our tour. The backstory behind Goblin's Feast are the goblins are having a party, they're having an annual feast, and humans are on the menu. You cannot film in the houses and you can only take photos of certain areas. This is the Eternal Bloodlines house, which featured Universal monsters, Dracula, Dracula's daughter, Frankenstein. This tour would be recommended for people who are worried about doing the houses at night. The lights on definitely make it a lot less scarier. When you are walking through at night, there is a lot of noise, there's a lot of people jumping out at you, and the lights are off.
We are on our break from our Unmasking the Horror tour. This is our last full day here before we set off home tomorrow. I would have loved to have done the houses again after these, so we've done 3 this morning. We're just having some lunch now. We've left the group, we're having some lunch. We've come over to Cletus Chicken Shack in the Springfield area. This is where Sebastian fancied to come for his lunch on his last day. Paul and Laurie have gone to the Minions Cafe. And we're all meeting back up again at 12:30 to carry on the tour. We've done 3 of the horror houses. The lights are on, can't film in there, but you can take some pictures in some of the areas. Some you're not allowed. We've done Major Sweets Candy Factory. We did Goblin's Feast, which was my favourite one on the night. And we've done Monsters Bloodlines. In here you can get chicken, but there's also other booths as well. I'll show you, it's all Simpsons themed. So this is where we're sat. We have got some chicken thumbs and it comes with tater tots, so me and Sebastian are just sharing at the chicken thumbs, and a Buzz Cola. It was $18. House of Horror, where you can pick up all your drinks. We've got Luigi's, which obviously does pizza and Italian. We've got the Flying Dutchman, which is a fish and chip one. We've got Cletus Chicken Shack, which is where we have been. And then we've got a Krusty Burger, selling burgers over there. And then on the end you've got the Flaming Moe's, which do the Flaming Moe drinks, which are almost like an orangeade. They do have in Flaming Moe's, I think, the Duck beer as well, which you can get. In a lot of places we've been, they have a honey mustard dip. We don't really have this in the UK. I don't even think McDonald's do this now. Yeah, I've started getting that with every potato product just because it is so delicious. Really good to dip. We also don't have ranch in the UK. I think we're behind on our sauces. So we came out of the Cletus Chicken Shack area. There's Mo's bar there. We've got the Duff Beer bar across the road. Loads of merch. We went in the Quickie Mart and we got, what did we get, Sebastian?
A donut.
There we go, a ginormous donut. So we're going to take some of this back for Dad and Laurie, and we're going to have a little bit of this now.
A quarter.
A quarter, yeah. It's massive. The donut was $11.70. That's including tax. It's good. It definitely feeds 4. 100% it feeds 4. Probably stretch it to 5. For a snack for 4 people is quite good value. It was very bready. It was okay. And then I'll buy one again. The tour is setting off again at 12:30. We're heading back. It's just 12:05. I want to be there in plenty of time, obviously. Not be holding anybody up. And we've brought some donut back, so the boys will want to eat that before we set off again. Our tour guide PJ, he's great. He was really good. He's really fun, very knowledgeable. I'd definitely recommend this tour, especially if you're a little bit bothered about what's inside the horror houses and where you're going to get scared. That it's good for that, because you can see where the actors will pop out from. You see just the amazing sets you don't really get to see. To be honest, when I'm going to a house, I'm sort of like this, like I head down a little bit, you sort of get a gist of the house, but you don't get the full theming. And they can point out Easter eggs to you, things that are there that are like from other attractions. There's a snail in each house, backstory of the houses. Yeah, really worth doing. It's really good. It was quite expensive. It's a 5-hour experience. You don't get any food included in that, but you do get 3 houses and then break for lunch and then another 3 houses with the lights on. It's very tall.
Hello, humans. Welcome, recruits. Your tour is about to begin.
It's sort of backstage almost, this. You're at the back of where Red Rocket is. The boys love this ride, but Laurie doesn't like to ride on his own, and I wouldn't feel comfortable with Sebastian ride on his own. Paul does not like this ride, so he did not do it. Thankfully we did have the express passes with our hotel. Yeah, I did it with Sebastian, came straight off and then went back on with Laurie, and afterwards I was feeling a bit shaky, to be honest, because it's quite an intense ride. It's not too bad, it's not as intense as the Velocicoaster, but it shakes you around a bit. Perhaps the most goriest of the houses was the monstrous Latin American monsters house. Relied heavily on grossing you out. At the end they had this amazing owl-like monster, and it smelt disgusting. It smelt like bird poop. They got that smell just right. It was gross in there. And then we moved into the Insidious house, which we never did on the night. I was a scaredy cat and backed out. They use these pictures, and when a light shines on them, there is a head behind, so it's somebody staring at you, which was quite creepy at night. And then they had a room with tons of mannequins, and the scare actors would be part of that, and they would jump out at you and move place. Yeah, that was very freaky indeed. Me and Laurie have just come out. It is about 6:30 p.m. We've just come in to Islands of Adventure. Laurie wanted to ride Velocicoaster one last time. Paul was tired out, so he stayed in the room with Sebastian. They didn't want to come out, but me and Laurie have gone on this Velocicoaster. They were just going to grab a bite to eat on City Walk. Here we are, Velocicoaster. Somebody just mentioned about closed, but it looks like it's a single rider that's closed. I'm hoping that it's not closed for us. Look at that. That's ridiculous, isn't it? I presume that's Powerade, babe. That looks like something from Halloween Horror Nights, doesn't it? But I presume it was Powerade. Go with the red cherry carrot.
Yeah, they've just come over that. Me and Laurie just had our last ride on Velocicoaster. You have to obviously took my jacket off, you have to tuck this right in. It's Christmas in Zeusland. We've got wreaths on, so we're transitioning now. It's the 1st of November, we're transitioning. I think it's a process over, but Halloween has ended, gone into November. It's Christmas here at Universal. Tinsel around one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, and lots of Christmas lights. First Christmas tree I've seen. Sun's just setting. A lovely night in Universal, to be honest. The temperature's beautiful. There it is. Coming to Toothsome Chocolate Emporium. We're upstairs in the bar area. It is packed tonight. It is a Friday night. Having a look at the menu. That's the cocktail menu. This is the actual menu. Thank you. Oh, they've got some really good stuff for me in here. I've always enjoyed it when I've got some brunch options, and then those brunch options are served all day though.
Whatever you do, you have to do that. So, for instance, I think they do.
I've ordered, it's a chocolate mule. It looks lovely. Lots of coconut. It's not coconut, it is white chocolate when I've tasted it. Me and Laurie got the famous chocolate bread, much to Paul's dismay when we got back, with the honey butter, and then Laurie got sliders and fries, and I went for the tuna melt and fries. I have had that before, I love it. These are all the shakes. They specialise obviously in chocolate, so they have a shop attached to this restaurant with all the chocolates and chocolate bars and sweets in, and then all these amazing milkshakes. Delicious. The one we went for is this mint one, and it has an Oreo ice cream sandwich in it, which Laurie has eaten. Yeah. And we have now taken it away, and we're going to drink it on the way back to the hotel. Now the parks are closed. Listen to the music that they play. So pretty. It seems more calming. Usually feels all fired up when you come in the morning. Toothsome Chocolate Emporium. It's just one of my favourite places. I think it's my favourite restaurant on Universal site for sure. Laurie's just saying there's still people exiting, and what time is it? It's 8:30. So park shut at 8. There's quite a lot of people about now. Yeah, it's my favourite. I went for that tuna melt. I've had that before. I've had the French onion soup with the Gruyere toast. That is delicious. I've been in California as well as the Florida one, and that was good. Just really like it. It's my kind of food, as well as a lot of cheese and a lot of chocolate. Just really always enjoy it. So really happy with that for the last night. And that ends the vlog, guys. We ended up going back and getting a good sleep before our travel day the next day. We have got Wonderworks in Orlando and our travel home day. So I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.